Greetings everyone, my name is John Fia. I chair the history department here at Messiah College and teach American history. Welcome to the virtual office hours. This is our spring 2015 series. As usual, we have Megan Piet behind the camera. She's kind of on her farewell tour this semester. She's leaving us, as you've already heard in previous episodes. She's leaving us after this semester. Of course, we have the Founding Fathers with us as usual, and our special guest today is Alyssa Vorbeck. Alyssa is a junior, right? History major with a public history concentration. She's from Livingston, New Jersey, which is sort of in the backyard of where I grew up as well, so we share a lot of North Jersey stories. Some of you know my daughter is a volleyball player, so it seems like I often spend more time talking to Alyssa about volleyball. She's the middle hitter on the Messiah volleyball team as well. So we spend a lot of time talking about volleyball too, as well as history. Or she listens to me talk about my daughter playing volleyball, and at least someone who understands what my daughter and myself are going through with volleyball. Anyway, we have been focusing all this semester on the Messiah College History Department. We're calling this series Messiah College, a new kind of history department. And as you've been watching, we have been interviewing all kinds of people who have been connected to the life of the department here, students, faculty, and we have, the last couple weeks, we have been focusing on the sort of public history concentration. As we were talking about, you may remember our interview with Dr. Jim LeGrand, who teaches public history here. We were talking about the revised public history curriculum that we developed here. And Alyssa is one of those public history students. She has a history major and she's concentrating in public history. So we wanted to touch base with her a little bit and talk to her about her experience in the history department generally and in public history generally. So welcome, Alyssa. Glad to have you here at the office. Alyssa also does research for me too as a research assistant. So we've been working together on this American Bible Society project that some of you know about. So tell me, Alyssa, you are a junior now. You have been a history major for second year as a history major. How'd you get involved in history? Why'd you choose history as a major? And then maybe tell us a little bit what attracted you to public history as well.
Okay, I came in undeclared. I didn't know that like what I wanted to do at all. I just knew that I liked history, but I wasn't sure whether I wanted to make a career out of it.
Sure. So
I didn't take any history classes my first semester, my first 2 semesters actually, and then by the end I just realized that I really missed history.
Yeah. Did you like it in high school?
Yeah, I loved it. I took AP history, so I wasn't going to need to take any history in college either.
Yeah.
So, and I was really disappointed about that. So I just decided to major in it so that I could take more classes, and then once I got into Professor Wilson's class, I just realized that this is where I wanted to be. And
that was Western Civ?
Yeah,
okay.
Western Civ. So I just realized that this is where I wanted to be, and just keep learning. I didn't really have a career in mind at the time. And then I decided to go for public history because I thought it would open so many more doors, just as far as a future career would be.
Sure.
I also have a business minor.
Okay.
So, you know, I still haven't decided on a career, but I'm thinking everything from a corporate office job just on the business side to working in a museum to possibly working in government, and I just feel like having that public history just really has so many more options. Yeah, that's an interesting combination, because actually Megan too behind the camera is a history major and double major, right, Megan? And I think that's just I was going to say a dangerous combination in a good way, you know, but it's a nice thinking about the way in which the skills as a history major also translate into the business world, and maybe even sort of vice versa, right? Kind of, we historians, we need to be more entrepreneurial and, you know, business, or, you know, getting our message out there. So you have a history major, public history concentration, business minor. Weren't you doing something in marketing at some point too? Or? I have a double minor in business administration and marketing.
This is perfect, right? You know, marketing the past, you know, getting the word out there and so forth. So part of the public history, as we've already learned, part of the public history concentration is getting some experience. Now, I don't think you've done your full internship yet, but we always encourage students to do more than one internship. And you did yours at a favorite place of mine. We're both North Jersey people. I spent numerous field trips as a kid at Morristown, Washington's headquarters, right? Morristown National Historic Park, Jockey Hollow, the whole thing. You actually interned at Morristown. Morristown, of course, was the place where George Washington spent 2 winters, right? During the American Revolution. It's an incredible place. It's an incredible internship. How'd you land that internship?
It's a pretty simple story, I think.
Yeah.
I was looking for an internship that I could do over the summer, and you had mentioned Morristown.
Yeah.
So I knew it was nearby. And you gave me the contact information for Dr. Pfister,
right.
who I would be working
Jude Pfister,
under.
yeah.
And so I emailed him. He asked me for a resume, which I actually didn't have at the time. So
right.
I quick worked up a resume and then scheduled an interview for. Right. It was about the end of January that all that happened.
So you secured the interview by the end of January for the summer. So there's a good example too, right? You know, for those of you who are students who are watching this, you know, you don't just kind of like show up in June and say, do you have a summer internship for me, right? This is a process that takes a while, and you need to look in advance. Tell us some of the things you did. Like, what was the internship like? What were some of the things you did while you were an intern there?
Okay. My main purpose being there was because they wanted to do an exhibit on the 350th anniversary of New Jersey.
Right.
So they had a book written by Samuel Smith called The History of the Colony of Nova Caesarea, or New Jersey. Right,
which is the classic 18th century history book, right, of New Jersey, yeah.
Written in 1765, so it was the first published history of New Jersey. So I did a couple weeks of research on that, and then I was going to put together an exhibit which included having the brochure sitting next to the book and the Constitution for the New Jersey Association for Helping the Indians, which he also made.
Wow.
So, a lot of research. I narrowed it down into the brochure, and then anything that didn't fit into the brochure, I made a blog post for them.
Okay.
I actually ended up making 2. One was more of a behind-the-scenes, how I did my research, the type of stuff I looked at, different roadblocks that I hit.
Okay.
And then once I'd finished that and mixed in between, I also just helped out with anything that they needed around the museum. So they kind of introduced me to the type of stuff that they did.
Sure.
Lots of cleaning, learning how to clean artifacts and
okay, I was going to say books. You didn't like have to clean bathrooms or anything.
Not bathrooms.
It was actual artifacts, right?
No, learning how
to
clean artifacts.
Go vacuum the reading room, Alyssa.
Yeah. So they had a flood a few years back, so unfortunately a lot of their books had mold on them that they hadn't got a chance to clean. So working in their rare book section I thought was really interesting too.
So you got experience in doing an exhibit, doing historical research, doing sort of the work of an archivist in rare books. It sounds like it was a great opportunity.
Yeah, it really was.
And am I right, we haven't talked in a while about this, but am I right that you're thinking of going back again next summer if they will have you?
I am, yeah.
Oh, it's definite now? Or?
I emailed Dr. Pfister, yeah.
Oh, excellent, excellent. And it warms my heart, too, that I have a student working in Morristown because... You know, again, some of it is nostalgia, you know, but that's a wonderful library, and Jude Pfister's doing a great job there, and it sounds like you had a great experience. But these are the kind of internships that we want our public history students to be out there doing, whether it be in the summer or the school year. So thanks for checking in with us, Alyssa, and reporting on this great experience, and thanks for coming to the virtual office hours.
No problem.
See you next time.